Hello, kindergarten. It's Mrs. Posello here, along with
Cooper.
And we've got a fun theme for you today. Coop, what's our theme?
Garden or Farmer Day.
Dressed like a gardener or a farmer day. Because today we're going to read a story about planting, and we got a fun activity at the end too, right? Mm-hmm. We have a stuffed animal friend to share with you also. So who did we bring with us today, Cooper?
He brought a bear.
A bear. And we picked a bear because a bear is the main character in our story, isn't he, Coop?
Mm-hmm.
And what's his name?
His name is on his paw. His name is Baramy.
Baramy, like Jeremy, except for Baramy. So he's going to keep Cooper company until Cooper has to use his hands for our fun parts in the story today. And we were going to go over a couple sight words with you, okay? So Coop, let's teach him a new sight word. What sight word do we have this week?
We have help. H-E-L-P. Help.
Perfect. Help. How would we use help in a sentence, Cooper?
I will help you plant a garden.
I will help you plant a garden. Great job. Great sentence. Great sentence for the theme we're going to do today. And I have the word
Have.
And let's spell it for them. Ready? H-A-V-E. Have. Good job. And my sentence to go with have is, do you have some seeds? And of course, mine is not a sentence. It's a question, right? Well, it's a type of a sentence, but it's a question sentence. Okay? There we go. So have and help are the sight words for the week. And we will be listening for them in the story too. Okay, see if we can hear them. All right. So we know our theme. We've got our animal. We've practiced our sight words. It's time to start our story. And our story is
Tops and Bottoms.
And it's told by Janet Stevens. And I know I say this every week that it's one of my favorite stories, but look at that book. It is well loved and well read because it truly is one of my favorite stories. So sit back and enjoy a cute story called Tops and Bottoms. Once upon a time, there lived a very lazy bear who had lots of money and lots of land. His father had been a hard worker and a smart business bear, and he had given all of his wealth to his son. But all Bear wanted to do was
sleep.
Look at that tired little bear. These illustrations are absolutely beautiful, Cooper, aren't they?
Yeah.
Not so far down the road lived a hare. Although Hare was clever, he sometimes got into trouble. He had once owned land too, but now he had nothing. He had lost a risky bet with a tortoise and sold all of his land to Bear to pay off the debt. Hare and his family were in very bad shape. The children are so hungry, Father Hare. We must think of something, Mrs. Hare cried one day. So Hare and Mrs. Hare put their heads together and cooked up a plan. And look at down in that rabbit hole. See how the hole sees Bear's house, Cooper?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think their plan is going to have something to do with Bear?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're kind of looking out like they know. And look at all those neat little things in the illustration that the hare has pulled into his hole in the ground. The next day, Hare hopped down the road to Bear's house. Bear, of course, was asleep. Hello, Bear, wake up. It's your neighbor Hare, and I have an idea. Bear opened one eye and grunted. Can you do that? We can be business partners, Hare said. All we need is this field right here in front of your house. I'll do the hard work of planting and harvesting, and we can split the profit right down the middle. Yes, Sir Bear, we're in this together. I'll work and you sleep. Huh? Said Bear. So what will it be, Bear? Asked Hare. The top half or the bottom half? It's up to you, tops or bottoms. Let's see. Bear said with a yawn. I'll take the top half. Hare, right, tops. Hare smiled. It's a done deal, Bear. There's Bear sleeping and Hare trying to cook up a plan with him. So Bear went to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. Hare planted, and Mrs. Hare watered, and everyone weeded. Bear slept as the crops grew. And look at those sprouts coming up, Coop. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the tops and I get the bottoms." And there he is, waking him up. Hare and his family dug up the carrots, the radishes, and the beets. Good job. Hare plucked off all the tops. Okay, get the tops to the carrots, Cooper. Okay, so here are all the tops. And Cooper, show them all the bottoms.
Yeah.
All right, so Cooper, which looks like the half you would want? Would you want the tops or the bottoms?
Bottoms.
And why would you want the bottoms?
Because this is the actual food.
This is the part you eat, and these are kind of like the leftovers, right? The top part. All right, so hold that as I finish reading. So it says, Hare and his family dug up the carrots, the radishes, and the beets. Hare plucked off all the tops, tossed them into a pile for Bear, and put the bottoms aside for himself. Bear stared at his pile. Get your pile ready, Coop. Bear, but Hare, all the best parts are in your half. You chose the tops, Bear, Hare said. Now, Hare, you've tricked me. You plant this field again, and this season I want the bottoms. Hare agreed. It's a done deal, Bear. And Cooper, look at that illustration. All the weed part is right on Bear's head, and then all the good part is right in Hare's pile, right? Mm-hmm. So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. They
planted, watered,
and weeded. Good job. And there they are. What a good team Hare's family makes, huh? Mm-hmm. And Bear went to sleep. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the bottoms and I get the tops." Okay, Coop, you ready?
Yeah.
Hare and his family gathered up the lettuce, the broccoli, and the celery. Okay. Hare pulled off the bottoms for Bear and put the tops in his own pile. So I'll hold the bottoms for you, Coop, and you hold the tops. There's the bottom of the celery, the bottom of the broccoli, and the bottom of the lettuce. There's all the bottoms. And where's the tops, Coop?
They're all right.
So which looks like the better pile now? The tops or the bottoms?
The tops.
The tops. Okay, so let's see what Bear thinks about that. Bear looked at his pile and scowled. "Hare, you've cheated me again." "But Bear," Hare said, "you wanted the bottoms this time." Bear growled. "You plant this field again, Hare. You've tricked me twice, and you owe me one season of both tops and
bottoms."
"You're right, poor old Bear," sighed Hare. "It's only fair that you get both tops and bottoms. It's a done deal, Bear." Bear does not look happy. So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. They planted,
watered, and weeded.
Then watered and weeded some more. And there they are are working. Bear slept as the crops grew, and Cooper showed him the crop growing. Yeah, go ahead. Show him up. Show him the crops growing. It's a big one, isn't it, Coop?
Yeah.
When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! This time you get the tops and the
Bottoms.
I love when Hare wakes him up every time, Coop. Look at him holding his snout. There in front of Bear's house lay a high field of corn. Hare and his family yanked up every corn stalk. Hare tugged off the roots at the bottom. At the bottom. I'll hold it up. You tug off the roots at the bottom. Here's the roots. Okay, there it is. He pulled off the tassels at the top. Just this part. Yep. And then you need this other one. Put them in a pile.
So that's just
And he put them in a pile for Bear. So here's Bear's pile. Okay. Tops and bottoms. Then he carefully collected the ears of corn. You can even leave it just like this. Yep. And put them in his own pile. Here's the other top part. Here, hold that up, Coop, so they can see the ear of corn. And this ear of corn, you hold that up, and I'll hold his bottoms. So he carefully collected the ears of corn in the middle and placed them in his own pile. Bear rubbed his eyes and watched. See, Bear? You get the tops and the bottoms, and I get the middles. Yes, sir, Bear, it's a done deal. And how does Bear look at that, Cooper?
He looks angry.
He looks angry. By now, Bear was wide awake. That's it, Hare, he hollered. From now on, I'll plant my own crops and take the tops, bottoms, and middles. Hare and his family scooped up the corn and hopped down the road toward home. And there they are, hopping down the road toward home. Bear never again slept through a season of planting and harvesting. Hare bought back his land with the profit from the crops, and he and Mrs. Hare opened a vegetable stand. And although Hare and Bear learned to live happily as neighbors, they never became business partners again. And there, and if you look at Bear's house, Coop, does it look disheveled and a mess anymore? Or did he look like he's starting to clean it up? And he learned a lesson in this story, didn't he? Yeah. That hard work pays off. And look at Hare's vegetable stand. We got a lot of crops out of that, didn't we?
Yeah.
All right. So Cooper and I thought it would be fun, since we read about planting, to do a little planting of our own. And today we planted some vegetables, didn't we, Coop? We planted some tomatoes and cucumbers and zucchini and peas and peppers. And we also did some flowers. So boys and girls, we're going to show you what you need to do in order to plant your own sunflowers. See our sunflower in the background, Coop? You like them? Okay, so Coop, what's the first thing we do?
So you dump some soil into whatever you want. It could be a cup, it could be egg carton, it could be whatever.
Yeah, we used egg cartons for all of our vegetables outside, and then we used these cups here for our sunflowers and other types of flowers. All right, then, Coop, what do we do to the soil?
We dig a little hole.
Yep, not too far down, and maybe just about the tip of your finger, not too much further down. They said about an inch down, so an inch is like
that?
This big. Yeah, that's perfect. Down a little further. Stick your finger down there. Okay, then we're going to take a sunflower seed, boys and girls. And I know you've seen sunflower seeds before. So we have two types. We have this kind of sunflower seed. I'm going to give it to Cooper so Cooper can put it in the hole.
All right.
And then there's also ones that are like black in color, but it's the same thing, sunflower seeds. And they are called mammoth sunflowers. So they'll be huge when they grow. Then, Coop, what do we need to do?
You cover the thing back up.
Cover it with some dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what's our last step?
Water.
Add some water. So we're going to water our sunflower. And then where do we need to put it, Cooper?
You need to put it near sunlight.
Near sunlight, because it's going to need sunlight to grow. And I recommend putting it in a windowsill for now because it's probably still a little too cold to grow it outside. And then wait about 7 to 10 days, you will see a sprout start up. And it's a lot of fun to watch them grow, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And then when the sprout gets big enough, we're going to have to take it out of this. Since it's a mammoth sunflower, it couldn't grow out of that little cup. We're going to have to put it in a bigger area. Right, Coop? All right. We hope you had a fun time with this story and learning about growing your own plants. Okay. See you next time.
Bye.